Hi, this is Odeean. Today I'm going to be showing not so much a review, but more like a haul video of a whole bunch of Lego sets that I've got. Lego is probably the first toy that I ever played with. We've got hundreds of litres, like at least 200, probably closer to 300 litres of Lego here. We measure it in litres because it fills up massive 52-litre tubs. I don't normally review Lego because I feel that the point of Lego is to break it down and create new things, and the sets are more of an ephemeral toy that you get, and it's not meant to last that long, so reviewing it would kind of be a bit pointless. But I did get such a haul that I feel like I just want to have a record of it, so hence this video. The set I'm showing off initially here is Lavals Royal Fighter set 70005. I start with this because this is what kicked off my latest bout of Lego spending. I've been seeing the front 3/4 view of this on the box over and over again in shops like Target and Kmart, and this lion head is so awesome, and the way they've designed it out of ordinary parts, like it's an ordinary build, no special parts, but it looks so good. I had to see how that was in hand, so I picked it up. I got it for about 40 bucks, and out of all the sets I got, this may be one of the more disappointing. The reason for that is when you see it from the side, it is a bit sparse with the armor, like it's very empty. They could have had maybe some more wheels in here to tension these tracks a bit. The tracks are a little bit floppy. When you push it down on the ground, they don't always want to roll, and it just basically looks a bit skeletal from any other angle except the front 3/4. Lavals Royal Fighter comes from Legends of Chima, which I should have mentioned to begin with. So my Lego in this haul falls into two main sections. I'm going to start with Legends of Chima. Later on I'm going to show Galaxy Squad, which I like even more, but let's not get ahead of myself too much here. The set does come with two minifigs. I'm not going to slavishly go through every minifig's name and individual details because as a builder of Lego, I don't really care too much about the minifigs other than the fact that they give me some cool pilots. But there's a close-up look of what these guys look like. You can remove their helmets, and underneath they have painted faces, which are pretty good faces in and of themselves. Also different expressions on the back, which is a pretty standard thing for a lot of Lego sets these days. Legends of Chima is a unique intellectual property by Lego, which is cool, and the reason it's cool is that value for money comes when Lego do the things themselves. I do have a lot of Star Wars sets, and I love Star Wars sets as much as the next guy, but man, those Star Wars sets and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets, they really have a high licensing tax, you could call it, put on the back of that, which is making them way more expensive than Lego's own unique IP. So Legends of Chima was significantly cheaper than equivalent set piece counts of Star Wars, for example, at least where I live, and I felt that this was much better value than some of the other stuff on the shelf. There's some pretty good ideas here, like we've got this back that flips down, revealing a kind of tactical display. I thought that's a really cool idea. It's just a pity it was implemented within the context of this big empty space here, so it looks like a cool feature that doesn't really belong on the toy. The only real new pieces that I can see on this set are these things here. I think that the teeth and these spines at the side of his mane are new to Legends of Chima. This is set 70012, Razars Chi Raider, and clearly you can see this is a big black crow mecha, which is fantastic. I love the way this looks. I like this a lot better than Lavals Royal Fighter. This guy looks good from every angle. He does have a big hollow space in here, but although they've probably done that to save on parts count, I also like that as a handle to grab it by, and it's really, if you're a kid, that would be kid size, so it comes out alright. It relies on friction of ball joints to hold all the various bits and pieces in place, which is good and bad. It's good for the posability, bad because they start to wear a little bit after time and droop. There's some nice jet turbine pieces in here I could probably reuse later. Flick missiles, don't care much for that. open and close the mouth, as well as the cockpit can go up here. I remember the first place I saw this cockpit piece was power miners. I've got a bunch of power miners in my buckets, and this is always a nice piece, I think, for canopies and whatnot. Moves open to the side, and then we can just pull out one of our little guys. So again, I'm not going to go through individual details. This dude is a crow. He looks pretty badass. Pulling that off there, he's got a printed crow face. Silver paint. So a nice chromed, it's not even, I'm not sure if it's even silver paint, a nice chrome look on the paint there. I haven't seen that before on Lego, a chrome detailing. That's pretty cool. Chi on the front, I think. And you can see these wing pieces. I think these are also unique to Legends of Chima. I haven't noticed them anywhere else before. They just attach like that onto a kind of collar piece. The legs on this guy can bend right back like this into a kind of flight mode, and he does definitely look like he's swooping. I'm pretty impressed with this, and I'm reluctant to break it because I'm enjoying this quite a lot. Apart from the Chi crystal as a power source, there's been a good use of what looks like these piston blocks. It's kind of an engine going on back there. One other thing that you'll notice is that these Legends of Chima sets are covered in stickers. It's a bit of a pain in the ass putting stickers on, and I'm always of two minds whether I should do it, because in the long run I don't want the stickers because I want the parts. But to make these sets look good, you really got to put the stickers on, otherwise it just doesn't come out looking the way it should. For example here, this piece is really black and there's so much grey on there, it really changes the look of the toy without the sticker on it. Lego stickers are pretty good stickers, so it can be quite hard to pull them off once they've really cured on there. So I'm wondering if it was a mistake for me to go ahead and do that even. The next set that I bought was set 70003, Eris's Eagle Interceptor. And again, these bird machines are really nice. This looks fantastic. It's got posability on the cockpit section here. I know that on the tank, Eagle tank, I don't know what set that number is, but I know that the front cockpit section is made to detach on that set. On this set it can detach. I'm not sure if it's intended to. It kind of looks like it is, because it's got those little clear bits at the back that could be some kind of rocket booster. I'm not so sure. I don't feel the need to detach it too much, but it is an option. I think the only new piece, there's a couple of new pieces. We've got the beak here. I haven't seen that before. I'm not too sure about the cockpit. That might be a new piece as well. I haven't seen that before, as well as these parts on the bottom. So if I pull this bit off, you can see that this is a kind of flat under tile. I've seen this piece in other sets before Legends of Chima, I think, but never printed. I haven't seen that pattern printed on the bottom. This is one of the rare things on this set which wasn't a sticker. It came already printed on. That's nice, very reusable. Makes a nice set of rocket boosters on the underside of the feet. Very impressed with that. I'm also very impressed with the way that the claws, I should say talons, have been done. And you can see here we've got those new parts. I think these claws are also new, the same as the teeth on Lavals Royal Fighter. I think they're new for Legends of Chima, and I think also maybe the thing that they're attached to there is a new piece. So you can set the claw up as grabbing, or you can set it up as open like that, and it looks good either way. It does have ratcheted hip as well as in and out, but it doesn't have any knee, so you always got this kind of crouched stance. I'm hoping to one day make a nice big Lego Smog, and these claws or talons are probably going to come in handy then. Now getting onto the friction joints here for the wings, you can see that at certain angles it will hold it, but if I put these out like this, I don't know if it's showing up, this wing is very slowly edging its way down. I know I had to help it along a little bit there, but you get the picture. The wing is a bit too heavy for the ball joint, so it's going to need some help to stay put in the long run. We've got this rear panel which can flip up. You can fit a minifig in there. It's also got a Chi crystal in there. We've also got more use of the engine block, just like on the Razars, what was it? Chi Raider. Eris's Eagle Interceptor also has this piston kind of engine block. Although I don't know why a plane needs pistons. There's no propeller here, but it looks pretty cool anyway. If this was a proper review, I would have shown you all these one by one. As it is, this is a bunch of other stuff that came with those 3 sets. I get a whole bunch of crows like these 3 dudes. This is not including the minifigs I already showed you, so now I've got, what, 4 crows. Another eagle, although in this case I think the eagle is a dude, because if I pull his helmet off there, you can see he's got a pretty cross face. That one comes with this, I don't know what it is, some kind of speeder bike or cannon. And the only crocodile which I've got, I'm not sure if this is an enemy or a friend. I know, you know, to be honest, before I watched the show, I thought these were pretty awesome, and I planned on getting everything. When I started to watch the show on YouTube, it is terrible. I can't stand it, and it has totally ruined this for me. I probably won't be buying anymore, but as long as I pretend I've never seen the show, this crocodile seems pretty badass too. It's got a nice scary face under there, look at that. So my thoughts on Legends of Chima. These 2 are my favourite. I had put the, what is it, the Lion Chi Temple, anyway, the big castle set on lay-by, and the wolf truck kind of thing when I was really hyped up about it. Since watching the show, I don't think I want them anymore, and I think I'm going to cancel them. These are super fun, and if you have to get anything, I highly recommend these 2 birds. Great value. I only paid about $29 each for these, which I think is less than what they go for in most places, so I think I got a good deal. There's one set that I'm still interested in that I don't have, and that is, there's a gorilla tribe, and they've got kind of a gorilla mech. I think I'm going to get that if I ever see it, but I've experienced it now, Legends of Chima, with these, and the new ones in the new catalogue don't interest me at all, so this might be the end of Legends of Chima for me, but I can still recommend the ones I got here at least. And one final word on these bird mechs to anyone from LEGO who is watching this video. Why can you not make a golden condor from the mysterious cities of gold? This is virtually halfway there. All you got to do is make a eagle set that is all yellow, and you've almost got, I know, eagle condor or whatever. You've almost done it. If I could get enough pieces together to make a golden condor, it would be done. Please, somebody from LEGO, give me a golden condor from Mysterious Cities of Gold. Anyway, moving on to Galaxy Squad. I'm going to start with the bad guys. This is set 70708, the Hive Crawler. I'm not starting with it because I like it the best. I actually like this set the least out of the ones I got. But you got to have some bad guys if you're going to have good guys. And this does make a pretty decent bad guy. So check this out. That's kind of creepy. Doesn't go backwards so well, but forwards definitely scampers along. From a kid's perspective and a play perspective, that's pretty awesome. My point of view on that as an adult is that I would prefer to have done away with this and had it on some legs that could hold it up in the air. But that's just because I want it to look more realistic, and I know LEGO is not for me, it is for kids. So given that, it is pretty awesome. It's got ball mounted cannons. We first saw this on Star Wars. I think the first set I ever had that had this joint on it was I got a Star Wars clone dropship that carried some walker, and I remember it had guns like this. So they're still good and cool. They move up and down on some hinges as well. On the back, we've got this. I mean, I don't know if this is organic or mechanical or what, but if you pull this down, some eggs fly out and, whoop, you can shoot it off into the air. It's a pretty nice jeweled looking egg. Here's a closer look. It's nice and see-through and shiny. If you pop it open, out comes a filthy little bug like a maggot. A larval stage of one of these insectoid guys. Very horrible indeed. Flipping him over, he looks good both ways, really. Or you could turn the little legs over and have him whichever way you want. One curious point to mention here is that if you pull out this, This is compatible with Lego Friends. I've got tons of Lego Friends in this house. Not bought for me, bought for my daughter, but some of the pieces are really good, especially the food. This can peg into the head of Lego Friends girls or a lot of their pets. So if you want mutant Lego Friends with bug parts growing out of them, this is the set to get. The front end here has these nice big bulbous eyes. Again, the first place I saw these was also on that clone dropship. So there's quite a few pieces here that originated in Star Wars Lego. Bending these forward, you can see a pilot in there. I'm going to pull him out and give you a better look. Out of all the bug guys I've got, I think this might be the only one that's like him. I'm not 100% sure on that. His thing comes off, his headpiece comes off here, and you can see it's just one big chunk. And because this pauldron, for want of a better word, overlaps the body a bit, it precludes him from having the wing piece that so many other of the insect guys have. So does get a little bit in the way. I would have liked it if they had it cut out there so he could still have the wings on. Comes with these nice little weapon things too. I think at this point I'm not going to stick with who goes with what set, because honestly I've got a pile here I can't remember. Here's the next little bug guy I've got. He was kind of incidental. He came with one of the good guys. I've added this piece here just because I didn't know what to do with it. He makes a nice little scorpion-tailed battle guy. I love this face. The eyes, I can't tell, are the eyes really glossy paint or see-through plastic? I think they're paint, but they're done really well. I love the face on this guy. So awesome. I'm not a collector of minifigs, but I can definitely appreciate them. Actually, I think this did come with the Vermin Vaporizer, which I'm going to get to in a minute. Next up is the set 70702 Warp Stinger, which is basically a robot mosquito curled up. Never seen a set in Lego done that stood on a curled up section like that. That's a first as far as I know. It looks really cool. The only criticism I have of this is I wish it was bigger. Look at this needle nose here. They've used an antenna, and I don't know if it's showing up, but it's as if it's got blood sucking up into it because it's got that red bit in the middle. Really cool. The long legs are used to stabilize it. They don't really take any weight. It's just so that the figure doesn't fall over from side to side. We get these cool red pieces for eyes, which kind of cover up the mosquitoid or bugman or whatever it is on the inside. These are also used on the crocodile's big boat, and actually these are one of the only pieces that I wanted off that crocodile's boat, and given that that is really expensive, I think a better way for me to get them is multiples of this set, which is lucky. Peeling them back like this, you can see it reveals a cockpit on the inside. Here we go. This is actually an annoying minifigure because these antennas pop out way too easy, and I spent half an hour looking for one on my floor the other day, which is a real pain in the ass. But it does have a really good backpack piece with holographic wings. So I don't know if that can show up or if it's even capable of showing up on camera, but those are projecting a three-dimensional bubbly kind of image into my eye when I look at them. It's really awesome, and does it on the back as well. You can put that on any minifig, but as I mentioned before, the other mosquito guy that I had, his neck hangs down too far and stops it from going on. On the back we get this cocoon piece, and I call it a cocoon. I'm not really sure why, because if you pop it off like this, you can fit another character in there. Here comes a good guy now. I don't care what his real name is. Let's pop him off and stick him in. Help! Let me out! Finally, here's the rest of the bugs that I got. These two pieces here come with the Galactic Titan, and I think this one here came with the Bug Obliterator, maybe? This is kind of cool, like a centipede. Lots of legs here, a cocoon at the back, a bit here that you can grab another cocoon on if you wanted to. Oh, there's another one of those pilots, so I do have two of him. Now, also we get this little tower in here, and there's a larval bug in here. If you whack that down, it'll flip up in the air, but it always comes straight back down to where it was. So I don't know how useful that is. You see what I mean? But look at that. I think that's what's meant to happen. It splits open and the little bug dude comes out. I actually prefer to put it in this grasping kind of claw thing over here. Just looks more cool. Nice little walkway with another mosquitoid here. Little ray gun in his hand. I find it really good the way the insect theme is so thoroughly carried through all the vehicles. Articulated tail, cocoon, stinger, some nice translucent pieces for the wings. Very cool. Let's have a look at the good guys now. This is set 70705 Bug Obliterator. It's a spaceship basically, a gunship really. I mean, look how many guns. There are guns everywhere. I assume these are laser beams of some sort because we've got some little missiles here, so these must be lasers. Heavily armed. I've got to say they don't look very good, and I've done much better myself on many other occasions. This seems just like the cheapest way that they could deck it out with guns, and I'm not too impressed. I don't really like the way this ship looks either, to be honest. It's just a slab. You can see under there it's just a slab with wings slabbed on it, and they don't even look too much like wings. The wings do have the option of folding out into this configuration, but there's no weapon mounted on them, so what was the point of changing their position? They're not aerodynamic in any way and not a weapons platform in any way, so that's relatively pointless. We do have an array of big boosters at the back, and I've got to say, finally, LEGO, you've used a wheel rim as a engine piece. I've been doing that for about 20 years now. It's taken you that long to catch up. Anyway, at least you got there in the end. More wheel rims here, and this final one here, if we put it down flat and push it out, it disengages a secondary vehicle. The carrier, or the ship part, moves down like this, and it can fly away and then just dump that guy. This is a cool little truck. I would have bought this on its own. I like the way that it looks. Nice opening canopy, it doesn't fall off. More guns here. I like the way that this raises up, and I'm going to pull that off, that's not necessary. I like this floodlight up here, that's pretty cool. So you can see at least what he's shooting at. Got some friction powered missiles here. If I push that, it will shoot 2 out at a time. I don't care much for the use of missiles, and I never do that because it just becomes a pain to look for them. But I do like how it can go up like that to deploy, and for me I can just pretend that's rockets or lasers or something. Now he also has this little buddy. All the good guys in Galaxy Squad, the different coloured teams, have robot companions, and the orange team is no different. If I pull his head off, you will see that they don't have real head pieces underneath. It's just a solid chunk like the mosquitoids were. And to all you whining, crybaby, wannabe hipsters who keep posting to places like Boing Boing complaining how there are no LEGO ladies doing cool things, the pilot of this spaceship is a goddamn woman. Look at that. I mean, she's not wearing any sexist kind of outfit. She's got the same uniform as the dudes, but it's a chick. You can see because she's got lipstick, and pretty much every girl I deal with in my day-to-day life has some kind of makeup on, so that's not too far-fetched. There you go. Girls can fly intergalactic Galaxy Squad spaceships along with robots and other dudes. So don't give LEGO too much shit for not having women, because it's just not true these days. And if the lipstick does bother you, flipping her around to the back, you can cover up her face with an oxygen mask, just like the guys in this team. And while I'm at it, talking about females in LEGO, I got a garbage truck set the other day from LEGO City. It had 2 garbage collectors, 1 guy and 1 woman. So if you want female LEGO people who have no glamour whatsoever, you can go and buy the LEGO garbage truck, because there is a garbage lady in that set. Moving to what is probably my favourite out of all of the sets that I'm going to show today. This is, what is it called? 70704 Vermin Vaporizer. It's a fantastic set. It's like a rolling hammer. Look how thick the front of that is. And if you, there's one of my daughter's head hairs stuck on that toy, she's been playing with it. If you give it a good push, it's smooth rolling, really good. I haven't seen these wheels before. I don't know if they're new. They're very lightweight, hollow wheels, but they do definitely look like a space buggy kind of wheel. Very impressed with that. This set in particular has quite a lot of stickers as well, which if you wanted these big curved white pieces, the stickers do kind of ruin them. And I was reticent to put them on, but you know, the set looks so cool that I had to do it. I think I paid $45 for this set, which the first time I saw it, it was $60, so $45 doesn't feel too bad actually. There are other features that I'm going to get to now. The first one is this. This is awesome. It's like a landing boat in World War II or something. We can bend this up, and then the front panel will fall down like this. Maybe he rammed through a wall or something, and then another buggy can shoot out and scoot around and do whatever he needs to do with two double-barrel shotguns mounted on the side. So it's really meant for combat. Maybe he could go like full speed and ram through a whole crowd of bugs and smash their stupid little walls down, and then roll out into the middle of them, blowing them all to bits and shooting their lava up and shit like that. That's awesome. Let's get that back in there and shut that up. The next thing is this gun turret. So it's got a ratcheted rotation on the turret like this, independently targetable machine lasers or blasters or what have you, but it doesn't end there. If you rotate the turret right around backwards like this, it just stands up and breaks his foot off. No, it stands up, and it's a fully independent robot exo frame or body or what have you for the little robot dude. So here's the green helper robot. He actually can drive a bigger robot body around to be totally badass and shoot bugs into little bits. That's probably why this set is called Vermin Vaporizer, just because, man, that's awesome. I don't know if you've seen my Flickr. I built an awesome clone robot like this for Star Wars a while ago. It's on my website. It's on my Flickr if you want to look it up. Just search for Lego or something, it'll come up. But I've always loved mechs, and this is like Lego are attempting now to do the things that us as fans have been doing for a few years now. There's actually a bigger Galaxy Squad set, which is a bigger mech. I could not get it anywhere, and it's kind of slipped my grasp at the moment, but I may pick it up if I find it. The final set, not the coolest, the Vermin Vaporizer was the coolest, but the biggest and a very awesome set as well is set 70709, the Galactic Titan. Oh man, this is a big set. I paid about $125 shipped in Australian money, which is pretty good. I think this was like $160 in the shops here. The guy on eBay said there was a crease in the box. There was no crease. I don't know why it was cheap. I got a feeling he bought it at the 50% off Lego website sale and then just resold it. That would explain it. I missed out on that sale. I wasn't watching when it went up, but I'm happy with this anyway. I don't know which side is the front. Like, it depends. The way I like to think about it is that when the two parts are joined like this, the front part of the spaceship or dropship, I like to think that is the front, and when they're separated, the back end can become the front. I've seen some people treat this as permanently the front. I don't feel that end looks as good, so I tend to just make this end, the cool end, the front. So as long as I'm at the front, let's pull it off. There's no hinge or anything. Oh, I've lost something here, one of his control sticks. It just pops off like that. There's this kind of heads-up display. If I get him out of the way, you can see it's printed on as if it's like a hologram projected in front of the robot's eyes, which is pretty cool. On the front of the windshield, there is another one here. I think I put this in the wrong spot. I would have been happier if I moved it down further to cover up this nasty bit, but it's stuck on so well I couldn't get it off without wrecking it, so I just have to live with it. I like the little bug splat stickers on there too. I like this set in particular because it's got a lot of pieces that I like to have. First, this big clear piece. I've got this in a deep blue. I can't remember where it comes from. It's not very useful to me in blue, but in clear like this, I can imagine tons of uses for this. Again, it's got these nice curved white bits. Unfortunately, I stickered them up, so maybe one of these sets is going to have to lose the stickers when I'm sick of it. The wheels have been handled much better on this than with Lava's Royal Fighter that you saw way back at the beginning of this video, because they've got more of them, and it just creates a little bit more tension so that they look more realistic. And you can see when I roll it, they do go a bit wonky, but they do roll, they don't slip. There's something about the way that they're organized that is just better, and I wish I could get rid of this wonkiness. I'd like to change the setup and move it just a little bit further apart to tension them a bit more, but it kind of puts stress on the Lego. It's not really meant to go that way. I might do it, I don't know if I care enough, we'll have to see. When the combat gets too tough, this is going to separate. So all we have to do to separate it is lift it up. There's a couple of attachment points in here which quite easily pop off, and rotate these wings around, and then we've got a dropship, or a gunship, or I'm not sure what you would call this. I'm going to call it a gunship, not a dropship. I mean, if it was carrying something, maybe it would be a dropship, but as it is, it's just got these big guns on it. I like the use of the see-through orange parts over the top of white parts. It gives it a real glowing look on the engine. That's quite nice. If there's anything in this set that disappoints me, and pretty much it's all good, the only disappointment that I've got is that we get one of this white piece. This is a fantastic piece for so many reasons. I've got two red ones. I think it came from Atlantis. I missed out on getting more. I'm going to pick up two more. There's a Lego City cement truck, which I've got to keep my eye open for. But there's not many places you can get this, and I would like to have had two white ones, but unfortunately it only came with one, and I'm not buying another Galactic Titan, that's for sure. A nice use of this baby blue as well. I'd like to be able to get some more of that. Landing pads here, little flick missiles. The base station component, the cockpit, it can open like this, as you would expect, but it can also open like this, which is kind of cool because you can get much more space to put whatever you want in there. Now, even though this is kind of hollow back here, like cost-saving measures, one thing that it just makes me happy kind of knowing it is that somebody thought about that. They thought, wait a minute, they might want an airtight space in their spaceship, so there's a glass brick wall behind this guy. So when his cockpit is shut, he is fully enclosed. Even though the rest of it is opened up, his compartment contains a pocket, you know, an atmosphere, so he would be quite happy in there. Landing pad stickers here are pretty cool. Another thing that this can do is fold up like this to reveal a communications dish and some guns. Whoa! Shot by itself. Always happening with these Lego guns. I never liked this style of gun very much. Not because they shoot too much. I don't like it because I don't like the way it looks. I know they've got to have this big bulbous bit on it to protect kids' eyes and what have you. It keeps scaring me doing that. Not expecting it. But it's more annoying than fun for me. So let's put that away. That's everything now that I wanted to show. This is where I normally do my final thoughts, I guess. I know this hasn't been a review. There's too much stuff here, and reviewing, as I said, reviewing Lego seems a bit weird to me. I hope you've enjoyed looking at these sets. If I had to recommend one line to collect, definitely go with Galaxy Squad. I think that it's just pretty good in every way. Legends of Chima had those two standout sets, the two bird mechs. The rest of it I'm not so crash hot on, but you know, it's not for adults so much. I saw a lot of the new stuff coming out is smaller scale, like they're riding some kind of beasts. That might be fun for kids and easier for them to pick up than these more high price point sets. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's going to be any more Galaxy Squad after the Galactic Titan the new catalogues of Lego that I've seen had nothing, and in a few toy shows I've read about, there's been nothing. And the only spacey kind of thing that seems to be coming out is in August, a kind of retro set from the Lego movie. It looks fantastic, but whether it's going to be included as Galaxy Squad, I really doubt it. So if you've got a chance to buy any of this Galaxy Squad stuff, you should really jump on it immediately, because these are disappearing fast from everywhere. And as I said, I missed out on the big mech that I wanted to get, so I might have to pay aftermarket prices for that. So to avoid that, probably should jump on it right now if you still see these in retailers, and they are phasing them out pretty much everywhere. So anyway, this has been my huge Lego haul. I'm kind of burned out now on Lego. I've done all of this in one big hit. It was really precipitated because by my wife, because she's kind of into Lego at the moment, and I wanted to spread the fun around a little bit. I'm moving back to robots and Chugokins and stuff as soon as possible. This is Odeean. Thank you for watching.